man, it is not looking good here for ARK Survival Evolved, dude. ARK, it's not looking good for Snail Games. Hell, it's not even looking good for ASA players, right? Like, in general, the ARK community is in shambles, and unfortunately, I personally think we're about to see the start, if not already, the end of ARK Survival Evolved. Let's talk about it. So now, starting us off with the obvious one, and that is a massive decline in the active player count, right? This is an all-time low here for ARK Survival Evolved. If you want me to be 100% honest with you, more often than not, the active player count is higher for ARK Survival Evolved for ASE than it is for ARK Survival Ascended, when Ascended's entire mission was hoping to captivate at least, I would say, 60% of the ARK community, you know, at the time of ASA's release, and it just simply has fallen short of that objective, and it still is failing to hit that objective. Well, all of that changed the moment that the Aquatic DLC actually went live for ASE. And now, the one big reason why that the Aquatic update for ASE completely destroyed the ASE servers, and that all relates to it not supporting mods. If you had a mod on your server, it was not going to be supported, and therefore it won't run. People are just experiencing like a bunch of different, you know, crashes, save file corruptions, you name it. And then secondly here, honestly, just the poor optimization of the game. I've watched a bunch of different creators here dive into Aquatica on day one. One of the biggest ones is Syntac. You guys know Syntac. If you guys know anything about the ARK community, especially ASE, he's a big content creator, and he had a terrible time, dude. Terrible time. I'll try to remember to link his stream down below so you guys can go watch it for yourselves. But dude, insane frame rate drops, so much lag, so many meshed holes, so many like things that didn't even work properly when absolutely they should, like the boss fight, I mean the arena, you name it, dude. So much was undercooked here for this update that, once again, you know, if it wasn't already bad for the mods, I mean, sure, you could take off all the mods maybe, and maybe you could get the game to work again, but then what? It doesn't even work. So again, absolutely an L here for the launch of Aquatica. And now that officially brings us to the holy grail of a sledgehammer directly to Snail's balls, and that brings us to the Steam page for the Aquatica DLC. What do you see here, man? Check this out. On the right-hand side, we have 1,065 reviews, overwhelmingly negative, with a 12% of them being positive. And if you don't know what overwhelmingly negative reviews does to your Steam page, check this out here. Basically, what happens when a game receives overwhelmingly negative reviews? It has reduced visibility, so Steam Store's algorithm prioritizes games with positive reviews, leading to less exposure for games with negative ratings. You have impact on sales. Players are less likely to purchase the game with overwhelming negative reviews, leading to decreased sales. And lastly, here, the potential for delisting. While not directly tied to a specific percentage of negative reviews, games can be delisted from Steam for violating platform guidelines or due to issues with payment processors and card networks. Now, I'm not exactly sure what is going to happen with these overwhelmingly negative reviews. I mean, besides the things I listed out from Google here that could potentially happen, and I honestly think that this should be a learning experience from Snail Games as a huge indicator that this is not the best decision for ASE, and this is something that we need to probably remove on our own, and then to try to salvage up what we can here from the ASE network if it's not already gone. And we can already start to see some of that making its way to the public. We've seen a couple of different quotes here from Snail Games directly. It looks like in live streams, you know, not really saying an apology, but kind of in a weird, you know, odd communicative way without directly saying that they fucked up, you know, basically acknowledging that it's not ideal, right? And then obviously in the Aquatica DLC's official, you know, Discord, they've also made several different announcements that this is not ideal, that they didn't expect this to happen, they apologize, blah, 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 blah. The question, honestly, is going to be, what exactly is their plan, and what are they going to do about it, and how long is it going to take for us to determine, is this going to be the official end of ASE? And now, just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, guess what? Unfortunately, it does. In the midst of all of this stuff happening, the ASE servers completely tanking, the Aquatica DLC launching, we then had a statement by Snail Games coming out and stating, take advantage of the introductory aquatic discount in the meantime. You can buy it now and play it later once the fixes have been made. Absolutely savage, dude. Essentially, this is stating, hey, I understand that we completely broke our game. You can't play and enjoy the game right now in its current state, but for a little bit of a discount promo price here, you can take advantage of it still while the sale is going on. Buy the new DLC, so then that way when it does get fixed and we do put in that work and deliver the product that you were promised and you already paid for is working, then you can play the new content because you went ahead and already bought it. Oh, dude, that is terrible when it comes to a look here from a company, especially one with a track record like Snail Games, where all people know and recognize them for is, you know, greedy business practices. Definitely looks like even in the mix of their servers not even working and their game being broken, they don't seem to put down that pen. And of course, just like all tragic stories, right, there has to be some sort of silver lining to the story that players are potentially, I guess, holding on to, right, or clenching for dear life at this point, if they're even holding on at all and haven't already jumped off the boat, right? Basically, that boils down to the announcements we have from Studio Sirens and Snail Games, I guess, where they're basically stating they are working due diligently, right, and as hard as they possibly can around the clock to address all of the issues to make sure that the game is in a playable state for every single player. On top of that, they've even offered themselves to, I guess, fix some of the broken mods, and they want people to, you know, apply tickets or, you know, put in tickets for these mods to be to be fixed. And I think that's absolutely crazy to think that that's even plausible to happen, because from what we know of Studio Sirens, that's, you know, the studio that Snail Games, you know, put together for Aquatica, it's only 10 devs. It's literally 10 people, and that's if it's even 10 now, because they talked about having some sort of layoffs and stuff through the process of the development of Aquatica, which so it might be even a team smaller than 10. The second one that we keep on hearing about is this dev kit that's apparently supposed to be getting updated to allow the modders who created those mods for ASE to come back, I guess, and remod them or reformat them in a way that it will work here for Aquatica for players and servers who are using it. And once again, I think that is a massive, massive shot in the dark here of actually happening. And I truly believe that we are looking at the end of ARK Survival Evolved. I think too much has been done and too much has happened for it to make a full comeback. Now, I feel like this is just, again, another slap on the face on top of everything else that ARK players have been through from Snail Games, the publisher, and Wildcard. We've heard everything, you know, about Snail Games buying you and, you know, and paying money and becoming your publisher, but then owning you. Like, I mean, there's just way too much stuff out there, or speculation out there without actual facts, right? And because of that, I think players have lost all, you know, respect for Wildcard even and Snail Games, that I just don't see ASE making it through all of this. But I don't know, man. That's just my personal thought on all this matter. It's absolutely insane. It's terrible here for the ASE network and all those players, and hell, even the developers of like Studio Sirens that didn't even know what they were getting themselves into, I guess. But anyways, you guys let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comment section. I'll put links to all this stuff, if I remember, in the description and then also in the pinned comment. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe here on the channel if you guys enjoyed this video and any of my other ARK videos, as I'm sure the story is not done yet and we'll be covering and making some more. With that being said, though, guys, as always, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you all on the next one.